Welcome back to Gloucester County College, where Paulsboro has officially just been crowned the District 29 champion. Scored 212 points, Gateway second and West Effort third, and it's been an outstanding tournament for Paulsboro, of course, but I think for District 29 it's been a competitive tournament.
Very competitive, Nick, and just an outstanding performance by Paulsboro, winning by 100 points in the team championship. That was not unexpected to win the team championship, but to go 9 for 9 with their wrestlers is truly outstanding. It's never been done before in South Jersey history. 9 champions, yes.
Sure.
9 for 9 in the finals, no. Not to my recollection anyway.
And it's been exciting. And he started off at 103 pounds, where Ernie Maiden of Paulsboro. Technical fault, Keith Shoulders of Gateway. And at 112 pounds, Jim Monahan of Woodbury goes on, and he beats and upsets the defending champion, Nick Lagrada of West Effort, 7-3. And then at 119 pounds, what can you say? Greg Randolph from Paulsboro had an outstanding tournament.
Yeah.
He goes on and beats Mark Somm of Glassboro, 9-3.
Outstanding freshman.
Yeah, outstanding freshman. It's a really exciting match there. And then at 125 pounds, what may be the premier match of the evening, but we said that for too many times. Jamal Trippett and John Caro winning that match 16-14 in overtime. And I think Joe Butko has just been crowned the most valuable wrestler.
Well, we were saying either John Caro, who you're just describing as winning the 125-pound championship, or Bucko. I mean, I'd give a half a vote both ways, but truly outstanding.
Right. But either way, that could have went. And Caro goes ahead and wins the District 29 title, 16-14 in overtime.
Right.
And at 135 pounds, Bob Hickman wins 11-1 over Brian Stackhouse of Pittman. And Hickman, we thought, had a pin at 1 minute 14 seconds, but potentially dangerous.
Messed up my program.
Well, I see you have it crossed out, and mine's always terrible, so mine, of course, doesn't show that. And at 135 pounds, another great match with John Cam of West Effort going against Don Gentile of Paulsboro, and Gentile winning 9-5.
Right.
So that was an exciting match. That was a tiebreaker from the dual meet. That was 7-7 regular season.
Right.
140 pounds, Chris Rydell of Pittman goes on and pins Clarence Cannell of Kingsway in 1 minute 52 seconds. Didn't see too many pins in tonight's final. Saw some technical falls, but not too many pins. And that at 145 pounds, we saw the mat technician. You saw Matt Suter, who went 30-0 tonight. He beats Tom McAleer of Gloucester Catholic 11-3, and McAleer was 11-4. McAleer was 23-1 before that.
Yeah.
And
his 60th career win.
60th career win, second District 29 title, and he'll go and try to defend Region 8 next week. At 152 pounds, what do you say? Larry DeVault, he wins 7-0 over Rich Sharpnick of Pittman. DeVault winning his third District 29 title, and he's 1 year away from that elusive 4-time District 29 winner, and not too many of those. At 160 pounds, we saw Frank Carter and Joe Bucko go at it. It was a technical fall at 424, but what do you say? Both wrestlers went at each other, and Bucko wins the most valuable wrestler.
23-8, just a super match.
23-8 technical fall, and unfortunately Frank Carter was taken out on a stretcher later on, and hopefully everything is okay there. At 171 pounds, Chuck Ramsey of Paulsboro goes up against Angelo Borzio. Borzio 25-1, good match going on, and then at 5:51, Ramsey pins Borzio.
The anvil comes down and Murderers Row, and those four guys now combined 117, 3-0. Suter,
unbelievable.
Bucko, DeVault, and Ramsey.
And that made Paulsboro 8 for 8, and then at 189 pounds, Charles Phones goes up against Adam Fox, and Phones wins his second District 29 title there. And Paulsboro was 9 for 9 at that point, and then we just saw heavyweight Dan Nate of Gateway beats Chris Strano of West Effort, and that kind of wraps up District 29 here. I think you marked it down. Paulsboro won 9 titles, Woodbury had 2, Gateway had 1, Pittman had 1.
Right.
So I think we may have had all that, and for that District 29, I think for the first time, even though Paulsboro had 9 winners, I still think it was a little more competitive than it's been in years.
It was competitive, very, very competitive. Some great wrestlers here that people ought to go watch in Region 8, and we'll be there.
Well, Channel 5 will be there at Region 8, and I'd like everyone to stay tuned next for the Winner's Circle.
With us to champion at 103 pounds, Ernie Maiden. And Ernie, last year you got to the finals. This year you got there again. More confident this year?
Yeah, I'm a little more confident. I worked pretty hard all year.
Did you have trouble keeping the weight this year?
I had a little bit of trouble, but like during the middle of the year, like I was off and on.
Okay, your opponent tonight, have you met him before? Did you get a chance to see him wrestle before?
Yeah, a few times I watched him and everything, and I had a match with him earlier in the year.
Okay, in Region 8, that's a tough weight class at 103 pounds. Gross, you wrestled before. The gentleman from Williamstown, you got Snur from St. James. What do you know about 103 when you get to Region 8?
Well, but it'd be harder than district, but I'm hoping I do all right.
Confident?
Yeah, I feel confident.
Okay, congratulations. From 103 to 112 pounds with us, the 112-pound champ, Jim Monahan. He picked up a win over Nick Lagrado of West Effort. You wrestled Nick earlier in the year. How'd you make out then?
I beat him in a earlier match, 5-4. I won by 1 point. I worked hard for that. A lot of people got me ready for that, like Ken Rogers and Bill Lucas and the rest of the team. They all got me psyched up for the match.
How much does it help wrestling somebody earlier in the year than getting them in tournaments?
It helps a lot because you just got to go out there and work hard at it. And, you know, if you beat him earlier in the year and you got him in districts, you still have to beat him again. You know, when it comes to districts, it doesn't mean nothing if you beat him in the earlier year. It all comes down to that match.
Now, last year I think you placed third at 103 pounds. At the start of the year, was this your goal? Did you set any goals for yourself?
Not really. I just wanted to do the best I could. When I got first seed, I just started working harder and harder. I just didn't want to get overconfident or anything.
Now, what do you know about 112 pounds in Region 8? Any of the other wrestlers in South Jersey?
I only know 2. They should give me a pretty good match if I make it to them. I know I'm going to try real hard for them.
From 112, we go to 119, Craig Randolph. Craig, congratulations, a big win. Last year, if I can remember right, you came on strong towards the end of the year, and then you had appendicitis. You had to miss the rest of the year. How disappointing was that, and how prepared did that get you for this year?
It got me really prepared, and when I was sitting in the hospital, I was asking the doctors all week, is there anything I can do to wrestle? Is there anything I can do to wrestle? And they said, no, you can't really do nothing. This is something you can't really avoid. And I was really down, and this year in the room, I worked really hard towards it. I owe it to a lot of people, my coach, my teammates, my partner, he pushes me all the time. And really my teammates, because they never let me down. They always push me that extra mile.
Now, you wrestled Sam from Gloucester. You didn't get a chance to see him in a dual meet. Did you know anything about him? Did you get a chance to watch him in the semis or sometime last night?
I watched him in the semis, and last night he really looked impressive. And when he was wrestling Hal, he hurt his shoulder. And I guess that was the turning point. That's when I started really getting up for the match. And that's the only time I've seen Sam over the year, except for in the newspapers.
Okay, 119 pounds in Region 8. What do you know about that?
There's tough people in there, but I think I can win it. There's Jason Hagen. He beat me early on in the year, and this time it's going to be my match.
From 119 pounds, we move to 125. We're probably the match of the night. We still have a few more to go, but the match of the night, it's going to be tough to beat. 16-14 in overtime. John, you were down when I looked 7-0, and then you came back. Did you think about giving up? Was it how'd you keep going at that point?
My conditioning just started to pay off for me, and I just kept on hanging in there and kept on busting it.
Okay, now last year you wrestled Trivet and lost. Did you use that experience in coming into this match? You know, from what he did before.
I was watching the tape a lot last night before coming into today, seeing what kind of mistakes I made last year and what I needed to do to correct it.
Now the team's doing well. Paulsboro's going to win another Colonial Conference or another District 29 championship. What did the coaches say, during the week? Anything different?
Well, he just tells us to go out there and give 100%, and the first earlier round is to help the team get ahead, and then we could just be out there for ourselves and towards the end.
Okay, do they stress at another District 29 championship during the week, or?
Yeah, they just let us know how many it's going to be in a row, and to keep the streak going.
Okay, regions next. How many of the opponents in Region 8 do you think have you faced so far this year?
I faced a couple of the top ones, and then lost the pretty tough matches against them.
Okay, well, good luck. Okay, from John Carroll at 125, we move to our 130-pound champ, Bob Hickman from Woodbury. Bob, your second one. Does it get any better each year?
Well, yeah, so I mean, senior year, it's kind of important to, win as much as you can and try and have the best year you can.
Now, you guys were supposed to wrestle Pittman during the year. It didn't come through. Did you know anything about Stackhouse coming into the match?
Not really. He was always a lot younger than I was, so I never had a chance to wrestle him previous to this. Never, came across it.
Now, when you're getting ready to wrestle somebody, do you like to go watch their match? Like, for example, if your match is over before his starts, do you like to get a chance to go over and see what he has, and this way you know what you're up against? Or you rather go in just wrestle your own match and whatever happens, happens?
I don't really like scout that much. I'd rather just go into it, wrestle my own style, and whatever he throws at me, just take it as it comes.
Well, last year you fared pretty well in regions. Were you happy how that finished, or obviously looking to shoot a little higher this year, obviously?
Yeah, well, last year, I tore a muscle in the top of my neck, and I didn't get to finish. And I'm sorry about that. And this year I'd like to take it a lot further.
Do you know anything about the weight class? Who's up there at 130 pounds in Region 8?
Yeah, there's a lot of tough, competitors up there. It's going to be a tough bracket, but, anybody can take it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we move to our 135-pound champ, Don Gentile, Paulsboro. Don picks up a win over John Kamay. You wrestled John earlier in the year. It was a tie. How'd that match prepare you for this one?
Well, I knew he had a good headlock because he caught me with it a couple times, and my coach has been working with me, and they just had me looking out for it.
Were you optimistic coming into districts? Did you think you could win?
Yeah, I thought I had a good chance because I beat Matt Musta. He was third seeded. I beat him twice during the year, and I tied John, and he was first seeded. So I figured I had a good chance, and I just came out and just wrestled tough.
Seems like you've come a long way since the start of the year. You're really picking up a lot of wins recently against some pretty good wrestlers. What do you have to thank for that?
Well, earlier in the season, I dislocated my shoulder, and I missed all Caldwell. I came back, I started wrestling tough, and then we had a tri-meet with Haddon Township, Pennsgrove, and Audubon. And I had Absegami the week before, I had Martin from there, and the week after we had Dulcie, and I lost to Angstrom. And they were really the only matches I lost. And I just been picking it up and getting better and better.
We move now to our 140-pound champion, Chris Riddell of Pittman. And Chris, last year you got to the finals. You lost out by a couple points. Was it a goal of yours to get back this year?
Yeah, it was. I really wanted to get back because, I worked really hard last year and I lost out in the finals here, and then I lost out in regions early. So my goal is really to come back strong this year. And,
did you plan to go out and pin your opponent right away, or you just fell into the move?
I just fell into the move. You don't really plan to go out and pin somebody. You plan to go out, work as hard as you can, win.
So your season so far, are you satisfied, or have any up periods, down periods, or just been consistent all year?
The beginning of the season I was a little down, but a while after that, that's where I got most of my losses, and then after that I started getting things straight in my head, and then my season started turning around again.
Now you've been at 140 all year. Are you comfortable with this weight?
Yeah, I'm comfortable here. And I moved around a little bit in the beginning, but I stayed pretty constant.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, back with our champ from 145 pounds, Matt Suter of Paulsboro. Matt, a big win, 11-4 over Tom McAleer. Did you get a chance to watch him at all in the tournament? He was probably the person you thought you'd beat.
Yeah, he had a bye the first round, and the second round he was losing by 2 points to Ted Eichel from West Effort, and then he caught him and pinned him. So I knew he was a tough wrestler. I've wrestled him before. We wrestled all through the midgets, and I knew he was going to be a tough opponent.
And do you like to do that? I noticed during the season when I get to watch Paulsboro, I noticed that you're sitting there trying to watch your opponents. I noticed it at the groups. Do you like to scout and see what your opponent has and does?
Yes, I like to know what he has, see if he has any special moves, what type of wrestler he is, maybe what kind of takedown would work best, what I should try first on him.
Okay, it's 2 district champs, 2 more years. You're going for that 4. Let's move now to regions. You won that last year. Do you have any pressure? Do you feel there's any pressure put on you? And who down in Region 8 do you feel is your stiffest competition?
I think I feel even more pressure this year because I'm a sophomore. I'm a year older. I have more experience. Last year I was a freshman. Nobody was really expecting me to win it. And this year I'm a little bit older, and I think people are expecting me to win it. So I kind of feel obligated to win it.
Okay, now with the 152-pound champ, Larry DeValdo, Paulsboro. Larry, you and Rich Sharpnack meet a lot, it seems. You used to his style?
Yeah, pretty much. I know what he's going to like. He knows I'm going to use the bar, and he's just like, I got to work something else. I couldn't get the bar. He did a pretty good job at not giving me the bar, and that's like one of my best moves. I get on a lot of back points with and score a lot of points, and just countered a lot. I had to work on my feet a little bit. Got the first takedown. I go out there and try to get the first takedown. That's basically what I did.
Now, the first 2 matches you had last night and then this afternoon kind of went quickly. Does that hurt you when you got to wrestle 6 after you're out there pinning and you don't get a lot of mat time?
No, we do a lot of conditioning in the room, and we're trained for like 9 minutes, but 6 minutes is easy. It's like I'd rather go 30 seconds, but if you have to go 6, you got to go 6. So we're going to be down after the game. It's going to be most of them are going to be 6 minutes, and upstate's going to be 6 minutes. So you got to push yourself and go for the 6. Tire the guys out.
Talk about the team so far. You guys haven't lost yet through 160 pounds. Did you envision this before the night started?
I was talking to some of my friends in the stands. I told them we're going to have 9 out of 9, and they weren't agreeing with me. Made a little bet, and I told them we're going to get 9 out of 9.
Okay, Larry, thank you very much.
All right.
With our 160-pound champ, Joe Bucko of Paulsboro. Joe, last year you wrestled Carter and lost in the semifinals. Did you look at that all year, gunning for him the whole season?
Well, towards the end I was gunning for him, but earlier on in the year I had a lot tougher opponents to really think about, so I saved that for last.
Well, let's talk about the match this afternoon, top in the Gateway.
Mm-hmm.
He beat you in the dual meet.
Yeah.
What'd you do different this time?
This time I felt a little better, and I knew he was going to go out there and wrestle defense, so I took my time until I saw an opportunity to make a shot, and I just took advantage of it.
Okay, let's move now to the finals. 23-8,
Yeah.
Rolled up a lot of points. Actually, the last couple of weeks you've been scoring a lot. Is this the best you've wrestled all season?
Yeah, this is probably the best. I had 2 paybacks tonight, and I can't beat that. I wrestled a real good tournament.
Okay, congratulations, Senior Regions.
Thanks.
Okay, now with Chuck Ramsey, a champ at 171 pounds, pinning Angelo Burzichelli of Kingsway, and he's a very tough opponent. First couple periods are pretty tough for you.
First couple periods, I struggled with him because I feel Angelo, he's a good wrestler, he's a smart wrestler. I think he came out with the right attitude and everything, but I think he was a little bit stronger than I was, but again, I just went out with the object to wear him down in the third period, just try pinning him and try working him over.
Last year you said your goal was for a state title when you talked to John Vogeding. Seems like Paulsboro just gears up for tournament play. Last year in the state groups and this week, the team's just been wrestling great.
I think the team's wrestled great all year, and again, that's just because all the hard work and everything you put into the wrestling room and the practice room. In these kind of tournaments, it just shows. It shows what hard work can do to you.
Okay, when you look on paper at Region 8, I'm sure you've done this already, Drew Musley from Ocean City's up there. Have you ever had a chance to see him, or have you wrestled him?
We scrimmaged early in the season down in the practice room. It wasn't really like me and him wrestling around, but, it was like, so I seen him get a little bit. But again, I think coming into that scrimmage, I was more into football. I don't know if him and Lynch, work out all summer wrestling and stuff like that. I think I was a little flat at the beginning of the year, but, again, I seen him a little bit. I didn't see a lot of him there.
With our 189-pound champion, Charles Phones. Charlie, your second straight championship, a 20-10 win over Adam Fox of Woodbury. Is this one better than the first?
Probably about equal. Last year, I remember I wanted to come out and have a good tournament. I was kind of young, but I was favored in the tournament last year. And again, I came in number 1 seed, so I really didn't feel too much pressure, but it feels about as good. Winning is always good.
Most of the year wrestled heavyweight. Did you know all season long that you dropped down to 89 for districts?
About the first Caldwell tournament, pretty much I decided that eventually I would drop down to 89. Now, I was only about maybe 215, which was a good weight for heavyweight, I guess, but I was starting to drop a lot of weight, so I kind of figured I'd be at 89.
Did you get to wrestle Fox during the year?
No.
So this is your first time. Did you get a chance to see him this afternoon at all?
I watched the semifinal match against Valeri, so I kind of had an idea what he was going to do.
It gets a little easier in regions. You got Pat Lynch and Damian Covington.
Well, depends on what kind of seed I get. I don't know. I'm not concerned at all about winning that tournament. I don't think anybody but Lynch really can be concerned. I'm just going to go out and try to get a second or third, do my best, because all I'm really worried about is qualifying for states.
Okay, thanks. And now moving in, Dan Nate, heavyweight champ, and second straight year. Does it get any better?
Yeah, each year it gets better and better. I mean, I have to work hard for it, but it's worth it.
Did it help you wrestling Strano before?
Yes and no. I mean, let me know what he could do, but each time wrestlers change. I mean, new styles and everything.
Now, what kind of goals did you set at the start of the year?
No injuries and to come out, I mean, win districts and I want to go to states. I just want to make it there. I don't know how I'm going to do. I mean, I don't care how I do it. I just want to get there.
Now, you had an enjoyable football season. How difficult is it to go right from football into wrestling?
It's difficult because I don't get a break, and my body's tired, and I get injuries real easily. But I mean, this year I've been all right, pretty good.
And what about after high school? Have you thought about college yet? And if so, where might you be going?
I accepted a full ride, 2000 State, where I'll be playing linebacker and fullback.
Giving up wrestling after this?
Yes. I mean, Football is my main sport right now.
Okay, good luck in the regions.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.